Hi, this is Lizzie Flanagan here with Jody himself. This is actually our second interview. First one was like 2 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Um,
keep waving.
yeah, we're just gonna be the whole time. Um, for 2 years we've been waving to each other. But um, so I know a lot has changed though in 2 years. I think one of the most notable things is that you joined or created a stable, S4TB. So can you kind of talk about how you guys found each other?
um, so me, Sandra, and Laz have been friends since like 2016.
Mhm.
Uh, Adriel didn't move here until I think a year later, because he's from Idaho. Um, so we were already friends, and then Adriel moved here, and he was actually a lot closer with them before me because I wasn't at the same wrestling school as them at the time. And then Jaros booked us for No Hook in 2021. 2020, 2021. I don't know.
Yeah,
Time's a
it's the
myth.
same year.
Uh, and we all just kind of traveled together, and that's whenever me and Adriel became like good friends. I think that's like when we became close. And then we're all like, hey, we don't like a lot of people in wrestling. There's a lot of people in wrestling we don't like, but we really like each other, so we should try to stick together as much as we can. And then that just kind of became like a okay, well then let's make it like an on-screen thing so people are more inclined to put us on the same shows.
Isn't that what the Click did with like, yeah, with the
I,
Razor Ramon and
yeah, I view myself as an X-Pac.
yeah, of course. Yeah, if you were to
Uh,
match everyone up, who's the Kane of was Kane in the Click?
I
Yeah,
don't think so.
I don't I
Was
don't
he?
know.
I don't know.
I
I don't
don't
know wrestling at all.
know. I try to forget as much old wrestling as possible because it makes me sad. But
I only started watching wrestling in 2011.
oh, okay,
So
yes,
like
yeah.
like
I
I
mean, I
know a
started.
lot obviously from going back, but
Mhm. Yeah, it's not like I think a lot of wrestlers. It's like I grew up watching it, and like it's their first memories are watching wrestling. Um, but yeah, no, I think there's a lot to not like in wrestling, but a lot to like also. Um, Speaking of something to like in wrestling, your promotion Graphouse. I know you just had your your last show, Cold World, without the O in the world. um, and I want this is a kind of an odd question, but I want to ask about the venue for that because I watched Cold World and then Versus, I think it has the same venue, right? It looks like
yeah.
it's in like a mall. But like where is
Yeah. That's in the Boulevard Mall in Las Vegas. That's Versus venue. It's like their wrestling school. They
that?
rent it out to a lot of us. Pride Style Wrestling runs there. Kets Pro runs there. There's a lot of companies that run out of there. That's our like we love Versus. That's like our I don't know what to call it. Like I don't want to say off season because it's not the off season, but like
Mhm.
whenever it's too
Home
cold
base.
to be outside, because
Yeah.
we usually run at Ferguson's downtown, which is like an outdoor venue right in the heart of like downtown Vegas.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
nodding like I've been there. I've never been there, but
it's super sick. We ran scary hours there on my birthday, and it was amazing. Like there's like a full bar for that. But Versus is another great venue. Like I said, it's like right in the kind of middle of everything in Vegas, and it's
nice.
like in a mall, so it's like you can make a day out of it. Like go see a wrestling show, go walk around the mall. There's food obviously for the food court. Like you can do everything.
Do you ever have people who like didn't necessarily go to the mall for the show, but they like hang out like outside?
Oh, yeah, no, it's super funny because like on the footage and stuff, like it made the cut on the final edit. Like J Rose is like convincing people who you could tell did not care about wrestling to come into the show, and they did.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Yo, I see you guys gathering around there watching for free. You know, it's a lot warmer in here. It's better in here."
Baiting them inside.
And they did. They bought tickets.
Nice. No, that's such an it was just such like a cool like little spot. Yeah, I don't that was kind of off topic, but I was just caught by that. Um, trying to. Okay. Oh wait, and your next show, March 25th, Live Forever. So can you
Yes.
kind of talk about what fans can expect, like differences between Cold World and Live Forever? Like, are you going to aim for like a bigger show or just a different vibe or something?
Yeah, so this next one is gonna be pretty messed up. It's gonna be like messed up in a good way. Like
Okay.
it's back at our outdoor venue. Excuse me, I'm drinking beer, so I had to burp.
Classic.
Um, no, it's like at our outside venue, which has like a higher capacity. Last time we were outside, we had like 300 people there.
Nice.
Um, this this is kind of like our Hail Mary show. Like we're just going all out. Like we're bringing in the biggest names that we've had so far. Like I wish I could tell you who's on this show right now. The other four would kill me. They would
Yeah,
absolutely kill me.
I don't want you to get killed.
But like we already announced Billy Starks versus Lazarus. So like Billy Starks is kind of an example of like the talent we're bringing in. Like we're not cutting any costs. We're like going all out on this one.
Yeah, no, I have to cross out my next question, which was who are some names you want to bring in?
Oh, that I
But
want to bring in?
yeah, yeah, for a potential future Graphouse show.
Well, the number one name that I had on my list is our next announcement. So I won't say that now.
Yeah, don't do that.
I really want to bring in AJ Gray, Shug D. Shug D, I want to work with so bad.
Did you
Um,
ever have a match against AJ Gray? Because I know we talked about that in our first interview.
no, COVID took that away.
Mm.
I
So,
was supposed to wrestle. I was supposed to wrestle AJ, and I was supposed to wrestle Shug,
oh
and
yeah.
COVID canceled both of them.
Mm.
Um, the number, I think the number one name that I want to bring in though is Lee Moriarty. Like he was supposed to be on the first one, and then he ended up having a like travel conflict. Like he was in Mexico that weekend and couldn't make it on time.
Yeah.
Um, it's just kind of been like the white whale. Like we keep chasing him, and it keeps not being able to happen for whatever. Um, Daniel Garcia too. I love Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. Is he still friends with you though?
Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah. That was such an unfortunate Twitter incident. The,
Yeah, that's my
yeah,
fault.
that's the PSA. Be careful what you say in Twitter Spaces because it can and will be taken out of context. And then Jody will be seen as someone who supports the Boston Marathon bombing.
Which I don't. Let the
Which
record show.
let the record clearly show.
I don't support terrorism, domestic or any other kind.
Exactly. Okay, let's get back on topic. Um, um, this is kind of, I know you just said that you don't know wrestling history, but with the rise of Graphouse and like things like Enjoy Wrestling in Pittsburgh, and J Rose in Naptown, it's like almost like we're returning to like the territory days, it seems. So I want to kind of
Yeah.
get like your thoughts on like almost this re-flourishing of the independent scene.
It's super sick because like I said, I went back and like I know history because I went back and watched it. I just didn't experience a lot of it live. So I have like a different output on it. But I think it's sick. Like my heart is in Indiana all the time. I Naptown All Pro, Summit Pro, like Paradigm obviously. I love everything going on out there. So the Midwest has a big part of my heart. But then like every time I get to work in the Northeast, like for the Polyam Cult Party shows, or I did Wrestlers Lab last weekend, it's always super, super sick. And then like the West Coast scene kind of gets the short end of the stick a lot of the time, I think. But I that's what Grap House is working to fix. That's what like we have LA fights now, which is a very cool like thing to put eyes on a lot of the West Coast talent. Um, West Coast Pro's been killing it. There's just so much going on, and I don't think we'll be looked over much longer.
Yeah.
Um, and it's great for like wrestlers because, like I said, I've worked in, if we're calling them territories, like I've worked in all the territories that are rising right now, and they've all been super good to me, and had nothing but good experiences. It's awesome for wrestlers to have all these different places they could go and experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think it's like the territories, but now we have Twitter, so you can actually talk to people instead of using a phone book.
R-
Yeah, I I know
Bring
kind
back
of
phone
the
books.
yeah. I know the West Coast problem is something that a lot of other wrestlers have talked about going back like decades now. That there is this kind of like isolated feeling for wrestlers on the West Coast. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but with like promotions like Graphouse and I guess no PWG did they move to New York or
No, they're still in
okay.
California. They moved out of Rosita, but they're in LA now.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why I had that in my head, but so there are like little like pockets that are growing. Um, yeah. So what are you leaning towards making the West Coast the powerhouse or merging with the East Coast?
So I'm in like a very unique experience, and a lot of there's more West Coast people getting this opportunity now. Like D-Rogue's been all over. Um, B-Boy is back now. He's back from his injury, and he's going to be killing it everywhere. Uh, Vinny Massaro's been everywhere. Like there are people from the West Coast who are exploring the entire country now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're blowing up everywhere. So I think just from that talent, like Sander Moon is everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm. I saw
She's
her on Impact.
Yeah, she was just on Impact. Like she's killing it. Like people from the West Coast are breaking out. I think once people realize where everyone who is breaking out is from, more promotions in that area will get eyes on
Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll
them.
get more tours. It's weird that AEW hasn't been to the West Coast. Like you,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially
I
knowing
mean,
that the Bucks are from California, like you think that they would go there immediately, but
the first AEW show was in Vegas, but I think that's as far west as they've gone,
yeah, like I don't think they've touched like California. It seems
which
like
is
they go to
wild.
yeah, they go to Vegas and they're like back to Jacksonville. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah. You even had a tag team called SCU, and you never went to Southern California. Um, but rest in peace, by the way, SCU. You will be missed.
Did they? Oh, they did break up, didn't they?
Yeah,
Sad.
sad.
Oh,
R.I.P.
I didn't even answer your question. To answer the question, my focus isn't as much on making the West Coast the powerhouse as it is like, I don't know. I love the independence as a whole. I just want the West Coast to be represented everywhere. That's
Mhm.
my thing. So it's
Yeah,
not necessarily that like the West Coast has to be number one. It's not like a supremacy thing. It's just I just want them to get a fair shake.
yeah, and probably like increased mobility too, from East to West Coast.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like in Vegas, might be mistaken, but I think me and S4TB are the only ones who have worked in the Northeast.
Is Kid Bandit? He's from California, right?
He's from California. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and he was in Deadlock, and where that was in like the
Kid,
South, I think.
that was in North Carolina. Kid Bandit's an anomaly. They're gonna be
Yeah.
the biggest shit ever. I love Kid Bandit. They're so good. And then Jay Vidal too. He's everywhere. But I don't know if he's done Northeast. I know he's done a lot of Florida. I don't know. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
It doesn't matter. um, and what is for like Graphouse specifically, if we're talking differences between territories. Like I know I'm from Philly, so obviously we get the reputation for violence and street fights and Taz. But what do you want kind of like the feel for Graphouse to be? Like your Jody vision.
Violence and street fights
And
and
Taz.
yeah, no, legitimately, like it's astonishing to me that every wrestling company in Vegas wants to be family oriented because it's Vegas. People don't want to go like there are wrestling fans are going to go to the shows regardless. But if I'm a tourist in Vegas, I don't want to go see like a PG level like we're going to fight and be really clean about it. I want to see people get hit in the head with chairs and like if I'm drunk on Fremont Street, like downtown Vegas, and I see a guy getting hit with a light tube, I'm like, yo, that's dope. I'm going in here. I'm paying $20 to go in here.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what we do. It's like we're not. Sorry, my dogs are barking.
Oh, you're done.
It's not like exclusively hardcore, but like we just want to be the more grittier, kind of edgy, edgy without like being an edge lord, if that makes sense. Like we don't
Yeah.
want to be edgy for the sake of being edgy, but we just want to be like more adult oriented.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So you are kind of like in the ECW of Vegas.
That's all I wanted to be. Yeah, all I wanted to be was ECW meets like Def Jam.
Yeah. My questions. We all went out of order. That's okay. We can move on to questions I got from Twitter, which is a mixed bag.
Oh no.
I'm debating if I should read the username or the handle because I feel like they none of them make sense. We start out. My friend Emmett works at Starbucks, and he asked, "What is your Starbucks order?" because he would like to try to make it.
So I'm pretty basic when it comes to coffee. At Starbucks I usually do a hot white chocolate mocha.
Yes. Okay. I love that. I love white chocolate.
But I do know whipped cream because I'm a freak.
You gotta watch the calories.
No, it's not even that. I just don't like. I don't trust whipped cream. I don't like it. The consistency, it's evil. Like it's like it feels like you should be able to bite it, but you can't. I don't like that.
Sometimes this is a weird thing, and I don't know if it's just me, but the whipped cream in Wawa, sometimes when I go to like take some of it off, it gives me like an electric shock.
Oh my god, I need to get whipped cream next time I'm out there.
Yeah.
I went to Wawa I'm straying from the topic. I need to complain about Wawa. I love Wawa. Wawa is my favorite place in the entire world, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got done so dirty when I was in New York last weekend because the first time I got Wawa, it was amazing. It was right when I got off the plane last week. Me and Laz went to Wawa. I had a meatball sub. It was incredible. Best day of my life. I had some ice, like an Arnold Palmer, like the Wawa brand Arnold Palmer. It was amazing.
Is that a Wawa brand? Oh wait, you mean the Wawa brand Arnold Palmer? Okay, I was like, does that not exist anywhere else?
So Laz got a breakfast something, I don't know, and it was he didn't like it. So I was like, you got to get a sub, bro. It's a hoagie spot. Like it's not a breakfast spot. So we ordered it again. And at this point, Adriel and Sandra were also with us because we were on separate flights. We get it. I order the 6-inch because I didn't want to get like a foot long because we were wrestling or whatever. They bring me a 4-inch and it was bad. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting it at least one more time before we leave. So we order Wawa again to the hotel before we go to Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this long train ride coming up. It's not long. It's like 30-minute train ride.
Yeah.
But we have a long day ahead of us. We order all of our sandwiches, and they don't even bring mine.
Now they hate you.
Yeah, like everyone else got their food. I got my energy drink, but they didn't bring my sandwich. And that happened to me twice. One time they just forgot it, and one time they said it was out of stock.
But they let you order it?
Yeah, and they didn't tell me it was out of stock until after they delivered. I was so mad. I was so excited for these hoagies.
You got to go to the South Jersey Wawas and Philly.
Yeah, no, I love Philly. Philly might be my favorite place in the world to like visit, honestly.
Superiority.
Every time I go to Melrose Diner, and it's always amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm biased, so I'm not
fair. Yeah,
if I just say like, yeah, Philly's the best city in the world, and that's a journalistic fact.
Last time I went to Philly, I went to an emo night that was on a like pirate ship. It was incredible. It was on a boat on the ocean. It was so sick.
Oh wait, was it in the Delaware?
Probably.
Yeah.
It was me, Athrun, Shay McCoy, and Ty Hill went, and it was incredible.
Nice. That's the river that George Washington crossed to jump the British. So you're essentially George Washington now.
I don't believe in George Washington. He's not real.
You're so right. Sorry, I forget I said anything. The Lucha Professor asks, what's your dream match for 2022?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. I feel like I'm gonna forget someone and feel really bad about it.
And I will tell that wrestler that you forgot them.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
You
probably.
mentioned Suge and AJ Gray earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say like probably somebody from that list, like AJ, Suge, or Lee. I don't even want to wrestle Daniel Garcia, bro. He would make me look so dumb. Same with Lee, honestly. Actually, all of them are just way better than me. Oh, Peter Avalon. I really want to wrestle Peter Avalon.
That could be fun. Yeah, isn't he booked somewhere on the West Coast? I mean, he's from California too, I think.
He just got announced for LA Fights.
Nice. Okay.
Peter Avalon was the first like independent wrestler that I was a fan of.
Nice. Yeah, when he was in PP Ray.
No, even before that, he was an attack. He wrestled Vegas a lot in like 2011 or 12. I mean, he might have been in PP Ray already, but that's not how I was introduced.
Mm-hmm.
He was teaming with this guy out here named Gabriel Busan, and it was at a punk festival that I went to.
Nice.
Called Extreme Thing, and I think they were called like Picture Perfect or something. But I was like, oh, because this was before Peter's big now, like he got jacked, but this was when he was still like super skinny and like small, and I was like, oh my god, he just like me.
He's just like me for real.
So yeah, my answer, I'll go with Peter Avalon for that answer.
Okay, yeah, to mix it up.
Yeah.
Squints at your boy Squints asked
Why
do you hate me?
I fucking hate that. Can I curse? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I fucking hate that guy. I hate that guy so much.
So there's no
something.
why.
No, there's something about him.
That's fair. Oh, Mercy the Mad says, where's your sword? Oh. Drew McIntyre, who?
So here's my sword.
Does the sword have a name?
Oh no, should we name it right now?
Sure. Not Angela though, because that's taken.
Who's it taken by?
Drew McIntyre.
Oh wow, that's rude. Because that was my first option.
Damn.
This sword is gonna be named.
You can name it Daniel Garcia.
This sword is named Daniel Garcia.
It looks just like him. I don't know why he was the first guy that pops into my head.
You know what? That's the sword's name now, though.
Yeah. The royalist of Screwball said, ask him why the overdrive is the best finishing move in history.
That move's dog shit. But it's also really funny.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing I'm wrestling for, it's bits. So
exactly. It's got to be funny, or else it's not worth it.
This is the only time that I'll ever support Josh Fuller. I hope Josh Fuller hits the overdrive on Deadlock Pro Wrestling soon. Because that's a star-making moment. Once he does that, he's made.
He's all set.
John Blood's gonna hate me for saying that, but
he's not
Fuller
here. Squints asked so many questions. One is, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
Yeah. Oh, I've done a lot more than meet him. We had a thing for a little bit.
I guess it didn't work out though.
Yeah, I met the Mothman and I was over it.
Okay. And then the Heartbreaker Jody. Actually, that brings that's another thing I meant to put on my list. I forgot. I know you're going by not a new name. You have a new, I guess, moniker, but the Heartbroke Kid.
Yeah.
You talk about like I guess inspired by Shawn Michaels, but like where that kind of came from.
Okay, yes. I'll tell you the full story, all right?
Okay.
Jaro's messaged me and said, you should go by the Heartbroke Kid. And I was like, that's awesome. And that's all it was.
That's a really long story.
Yeah. It was just a Jaro's idea.
Nice. I mean,
which a lot of the good things that I do are Jaro's ideas, to be fair. Jaro's is a genius. That I can't say Jaro's is my dream match or anything, but Jaro's is, in my opinion, the number one person in pro wrestling. That's a whole sentence.
Oh, just yeah.
He's just number one.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be my answer to all these questions if he was a wrestler, but he's not. So I just have to give him his flowers here separately.
Yeah. No, it's a great nickname. Yeah, mostly like I just remember seeing you come out with S4TV and then they announced you as the Heartbroken Kid, and I was like, that's such a good name, and I was just like taken out of the match for like the first minute. Yeah.
That match was a shit show anyway.
It
wasn't bad. It
Yeah.
wasn't bad. Yeah, like it wasn't a bad match, but like I literally drank a beer in the apron for the first 3/4 of the match.
Yeah, but commentary was into it though. That was fun. It was ring psychology.
Exactly.
Someone named the Big Daddy wants to know
Oh no.
why you're so quirked up with a little bit of swag, messing it down sexual style, and why he's goated with the sauce.
I am goated with the sauce. That's true.
But why?
You can't really explain that. It's just kind of something you're born into, I guess.
Yeah. It was great power. It was great responsibility.
Like being born as a crazy white boy, you're just kind of goated with the sauce immediately. This is the cringiest shit I've ever said in my entire life. That's my homie Finley who asked that question. It's just I don't like him.
I wanted to include it though, because I remember getting the notification and I was like, what the hell am I reading?
I don't know where that meme came from, but I've seen it like 1,000 times this week.
I looked it up because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't saying anything that was like that a weird dark history. And it was literally just someone tweeted it. Like,
that's dope.
Yeah, in a moment of inspiration. Matt Brackett said, "Why hasn't he paid me back?"
Oh my god! He has asked this for the past like 6 months. Every podcast or interview that I do, he asks. Well, I don't owe him money. I don't.
But you have
it's the longest standing bit that makes no sense. Like, I'll Venmo him right now.
How much do you owe him?
I don't owe him anything. I'm sending him $1.
Oh, okay.
If I have his Venmo saved, which I probably don't. Oh, I don't. He's not getting his money.
You'll have to wait for the next interview. Two more questions. One is from Bananas in Pajamas. If there were two guys on the moon and one of them killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up or what?
I'm glad we only got really like journalistic, serious questions for this interview.
Yeah, we had that part.
I don't think that'd be fucked up.
You think it'd be fine?
It's okay. There's no laws on the moon.
What happened if like Neil Armstrong just like killed Buzz Aldrin?
That's a good question, because like once you're off the ship, you're not in jurisdiction of the U.S., are you?
I mean, it would have been on camera, so everyone would know that he's a murderer.
Sure, but is it illegal?
They can't really do anything.
Like, if Buzz Aldrin was like, I should have been first, takes off Neil Armstrong's helmet, what's anybody gonna do?
Exactly. The third guy just watching from the spaceship in horror.
No, but nobody knows the third guy's. If anybody in the world knows the third guy's name, they're lying.
I'm googling moon landing third guy. It literally comes up as a suggestion. Michael Collins.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know your name, Mike. Fuck you.
He didn't get to go to the moon. He just watched. So that's why no one knows him.
Did he not get off the ship?
No, because he had to orbit. Because
someone had idiot.
Someone had to do it.
Dude, that's like driving from like California to New York, and then you just drop off your homies and stay in the car.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what he did.
Dumb.
He should have went into business for himself. What if he left them there?
That'd be dope. Yo, everyone in the comments. So we know that you made it this far into the video. Type fuck Mike Collins.
What is this heat with Mike Collins?
I just don't trust him.
Me neither. I didn't have any feelings towards him previously, but now I'm on board with
Like nobody cares about that guy. Like you don't see Toy Story Mike and Woody. No, it's Buzz and Woody.
Well, maybe you have Phil Collins though.
Phil Collins is dope.
Yeah. Maybe he's a distant relative.
If he's related to Phil Collins, I take back what I said.
Okay. I don't think we'll ever know that.
Wait, I can feel it coming in the air. In the air because he's in space.
Wait.
Puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces.
It's like a tear coming out of my eye. This is my problem. I just cry immediately all the time.
Mike Collins is not goated with the sauce.
No. What was that full text? It was so quirked up with a little bit of swag, busted it down sexual style, and why he's goated with the sauce. None of that applies to Michael Collins.
None of it. Not a single part. Except with a little bit of he has a little bit of swag.
Because he didn't go to the moon, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got cucked out of stepping on the moon.
Yeah. That takes a lot of swag. But to just look at it, that's only a little bit.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I think last question. I think this is a good one to end on. Freddie faded as how can I feel like Jody?
Well, first you're gonna have to be alone for like years. Then you're gonna have to pick up an alcohol tendency.
It's like Michael Collins.
Just listen to sad music on repeat for like a week. Listen to a lot of If I Die First. Actually just listen to If I Die First on repeat. And then cry over a bottle of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But then tweet really funny things. That's how you feel like Jody.
In that order.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, you got to be listening to the music, crying while drunk, and tweeting all at the same time. And tweeting like you're not crying.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of multitasking.
That's really sad. That just made me sound like the saddest guy alive.
That's your gimmick. It's kayfabe.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really sad.
Say you're living out the character of the heartbroken kid.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all. I'm fine.
I mean, there are worse gimmicks to live out. Like I was reading Dusty Rhodes' biography, and like one of his friends, who my dad's gonna beat me up for not remembering his name. But it was like one of his friends. His gimmick was that he was in the KKK, and then he drove Dusty to a Klan meeting, and then Dusty was like, "Get me out of the car."
Oh.
So.
I think my least favorite gimmick to live would be the Jungle Boy because I like living in a house. I don't want to live in the jungle.
Yeah, I remember when Jungle Boy didn't talk, and they sold it as like he never learned how to speak, so now he uses sign language. That was great. I missed that Jungle Boy.
But his dinosaur friend taught him how to speak.
Exactly. They need to clarify that. It's like in Infinity War when Scarlet Witch didn't have an Eastern European accent anymore, and they're just Scarlet Witch taught her, not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow taught her.
Dude, I'm just gonna start teaching all my friends with accents how to be normal, like my Australian friends.
Just an absolute microaggression. Just be like, you should learn how to talk normally.
Like my Australian and New Zealand friends, I'm just like, hey, stop that.
Talk to Vinny Massaro.
Yeah, Italians, UK people. Stop it.
What even would the reaction be if you told someone that they should learn how to talk normal? I feel like you would just get your ass beat.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I told Charlie Evans to do that at one point. I don't remember. Like, it's obviously all jokes, but like I think I
Yeah.
did.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for coming on it's not a podcast, but it's maybe it'll turn into that. Um,
It is now.
it is now. I love that. Um, and if you're still watching somehow, make sure tune into Graphouse, Live Forever on March 25th. Is it going to be on IWTV too?
Yes, but it won't be live.
Oh, okay.
We
So,
record, edit, and then post.
nice. Okay. So when it comes out,
Yeah.
or you can go there live.
Use code GraphhouseLV when you sign up. We make a little bit of money off of that. So.
Okay. I don't know how to. Okay. Bye, Jody.
Bye.
Wait, it's the wrong button.